A lot of fiery backlash from Democrats on Republican efforts to reform food stamps by making able-bodied recipients work a little more for their benefits. My next guest sits on the committee that will write the proposed changes and hopes to get the bill passed through the House soon. Here now is Texas Congressman Jodey Arrington. Congressman, great to see you. You know, I remember it wasn't too long ago when Bill Clinton, the Democrat president of the United States, was signing a workfare bill that forced recipients of welfare to work a little, as long as they're able-bodied recipients, to work a little for their welfare. Democrats were on board then. Why aren't they on board today?
You're exactly right. I mean, his very words were, we need folks to not just get a welfare check, but more importantly, get a check for working and producing and not being dependent and stuck in the cycle of dependency and poverty that we've trapped so many of our welfare recipients. And this is common sense. This is actually common decency, and it's compassionate policy, not just responsible policy. We're saying if you're able-bodied and you're an adult age 18 to 59 and you want to receive government assistance because you need it, then you need to get out and work. Yeah. And if you don't, and if you're not qualified, we take all the savings and plow it into training and education to help them again realize.
Sounds like a great deal, but it does tell you a lot about where the Democratic Party is now, because for decades, for generations, Democrats have been warning about the dependency that comes from too much welfare. That is generation after generation after generation. Way back in the 1930s, the guy who pretty much invented welfare in the United States, FDR, wrote the following, and I'm going to quote it here: "Continued dependence on relief, welfare, induces a spiritual and moral disintegration fundamentally destructive to the national fiber. To dole out relief in this way is to administer a narcotic, a subtle destroyer of the human spirit. It is inimical to the dictates of sound policy. More than that, it's a violation of the traditions of America." Who could disagree with that? Well, I guess the Democrats now could.
Well, I heard words like heartless and shameful, and again, I think it's shameful to have policies in place that trap people instead of pulling them up and out so they can realize the greatest potential and improve their quality of life. And so, to me, this is a basic expectation, I think, for taxpayers. But I think it's compassionate policy, yeah. and it's a shame that I think the Democrats are really just posturing, and they didn't present, by the way, any amendments. They didn't present any solutions. They just talked about
well, they're posturing for the election is what they're doing. And the fact is that this is a perfect time for the plan. I'm sure Bill Clinton would agree. This is a moment when there are more jobs than there have been in my entire lifetime available. So if you're an able-bodied American, it's never been easier to find a job than it is now. But I got to switch to another topic, because NAFTA is being renegotiated right now. And as we all know, the president campaigned on a policy against NAFTA particularly, but deals like that, deals that lumped a bunch of nations together in a trade deal. What can you tell us about the most recent negotiations on NAFTA?
Well, I think they're in the last stages of negotiating the deal in principle. I'm sure there'll be a lot of details to work out. And I think they've projected that in early May they'll have this done. And I think the president was right to say after 20 years we need to update and modernize and get a better deal all around for our producers and manufacturers. So I'm glad he's doing it. And I think we'll end up with a better NAFTA deal. It's served our economy and consumers well, but I think that there are some changes to NAFTA that will, again, improve our manufacturing.
Well, it's the evolvement. You know, what happens with these trade deals, these multinational trade deals, is that they may be okay when they're signed, but then they evolve in ways that are disproportionately good or bad for some of the signatories. In fact, as we know, the Mexicans can sell a lot more stuff free of any kind of tariffs than we can to Mexico. So it just evolves. It seems to have evolved very badly over time. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I think there are other, for example, on the agriculture side, because Texas is the largest ag production state in the country. We're the largest exporting state in the country. And we export about $1 billion in ag product to Mexico. But if you go into the Northeast, where we have dairy producers, And you talk about the Canada side of this. Canada's protectionist policies of subsidizing their dairy producers and then dumping it in Mexico has really hurt our dairy producers when we've offered them open access to our U.S. market. Right. So, yeah, it needs to be renegotiated.
Congressman, we've got some breaking news. We've got to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks, David.
Thank you.